Kakadosh Boker or Bekiim Bahalacha 3, day 55, Siman Chet. This is the 8th Siman, page 108. Yeah, where it says Halacha Lamed Chet. Okay? Yeah, you got it there. Yeah. Hamachminim livdok asisiyot. Yeah, the ones which are going to be machminim to check the tzitziyot. Now, the reason why he said machminim, obviously, was he said that you could rely upon a chazakah, and therefore it's only commendable, it's only good. That's why he says the machminim. So the ones that are stringent to examine the tzitziyot, right? יבדקו גם למעלה במקום נקב הטלית עד הקשירה, וגם החוטים עצמם אחר הקשירות, which means they have to check everything. You have to check on the top. Somebody actually just showed it to me that somebody was wearing a tzitzit and it was broken on the top part, meaning it was snapped. Yeah, no, because if it's broken there, it's badai pasul. On the top part. Top part means by the beged. You know, by the beged, by the clothing. I don't remember who it was. Oh, okay, fine. So on the top one, if it's broken there, meaning it's snapped, so therefore it's a problem because it's already in the top. If it's going to be all the way on the bottom, right, that's not going to be a problem. Yes.
You have cut, but it's still there. I mean, it's not.
But it's bad because once it's cut on the top, that's it. No, it's a problem there. No problem. The chutim בתוך העיגול. החוטים שבתוך העיגול. לא, העיגול יכול להיות יותר פתוח, לא קשור לעיגול, קשור לציציות שמה. That's what he says. עד הקשירה, yes. לא. אם אחד נפתח, זה לא ייפול. Yeah, that's what happened to him. One breaks, it's not going to open. Yeah? Huh? Let's see. It says over here, 39. This is the ruling of the Rabbi, explaining that it is even more important to examine the strands, right, where they are looped through the holes, since the entire tassel is invalidated, even if one strand is broken at that location. You just read. I just read it, yeah? One more time. אתם שומעים, בגלל אם אתם לא שומעים, אז אתם לא מבינים. תזכרו דבר אחד, עוד פעם. The Rabbi comes and he says, it is even more important to examine the strands where they are looped through the holes. זה בדיוק המקרה שלך, כבודו. אתה שומע? Why? Since the entire tassel is invalidated, right there, בדיוק, שמה. שמה, אם יש לך שזה נחתך לגמרי, shama, it's invalidated even if one strand is broken at that location. אפילו חוט אחד שמה נשבר, זהו. Yeah, the Chesel Alafim, Kisu Shulchan Aruch Ansri, Mishnah Berurah and the Ben Ish Chai likewise gave the instructions to examine the strands both where they are hanging loose and where they're looped through the holes. All this is counter to the Chabrura who asserted that Achonim necessitate examining the strands where they are looped through the holes and not where they hang loose. According to the Magen Avraham, the custom is to examine the strands only when they hang loose and not where they're looped through the holes. This is because it's highly unlikely for the strands to be damaged where they are looped through the holes. Most Achonim are ruled, no, you have to check both places. So the Magen Avraham Amar, like as a shchiach, it's not common at all. It's going to be broken up. Yeah, but it happens. And that's where for sure it's going to invalidate it. So you have to be very, very careful that you check from already up there. Oto davar. Yeah. 39, putting away the talit carefully. Yeah, some people, they just throw it around and they start putting it all over the place. Yeah, fine. If someone puts his talit, yeah, he says, away in a safe place after wearing it, it's not necessary for him to examine, right, the strands when he next wishes to recite the blessing and put it on. Yeah? Odpam. Yeah? He comes and he says, if a person's putting it in a safe place, he doesn't have to examine it again. Why? Because he put it in a safe place. If I already know that I put it in a safe place and I know that it was fine, how did all of a sudden something happen? Exactly, that for sure. There for sure you have to check it because there we said that it's going to lose the chazakah. We said you don't have to; it's commendable. But we did say that after washing, for sure you do because there's no chazakah. This is the ruling of the Rishon LeZion, right? He says if someone examines the street just before places it in the kuracha, he does not have to examine it again the next day. Obviously, nothing happened since the next day, and that's likewise meaning like this. Some people, by the way, they do this all the time. Meaning some people, when they're putting away the talit, they're going to check. So, right? For example, sometimes a person could come late, right? Or some people, they come late all the time. So they already know that they're going to come late. So they're not going to have the time to come and start checking. They because have time to put on the talit and tefillin. You understand? So what are they going to do? So what they're going to do is, what are they going to do? So what they're going to do is, אתה יכול זה, לא הביאו לי דרך אגב, הם ביקשו ממני לתת להם במקום להביא לי, אז בגלל זה, right? So, so he comes and he says like this. So what happens is that you could check it, right, before putting it away, and then when you put it away, the next day you don't have to check it.
You put it away to wash. Don't put it away.
What are you putting away to wash? You put it away in your kuracha. You're going to have it there. When you just took off, in your bag, your talit bag. In your talit bag. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. So therefore, if you checked it before you put it away, and you put it away in your talit bag, and tomorrow morning you're going to take it out and check, you don't need to check because I just checked it before I put it on. Huh? No, not that you could come late, but if you came late and you're coming late anyway, so then that's something else. Number 40. The custom. He says the custom nowadays is the talit gadol has a strip of cloth called an atara. Where is it sewn? On the top. That's how you know, by the way, it's the top or the bottom. Because on the top part, you have what's called the atara. So he comes and he says the advantage of this is that the side of the talit will always be worn on the person's head or shoulders, and the same two ones will always be the ones in the front. This is reminiscent of the boards, right, used to construct the tabernacle windowless. Each one was labeled so that they were originally placed always where was north was in the north. Meaning that it's always good, meaning that technically speaking, you think about it, why can't I just have the talit? I just change it around. So today I'm going to wear this one like this, and then tomorrow I'm going to flip it around. I said, no. Just like in the Mishkan, we always wanted that the same boards were always in the same place. So too, when we're going to come and we're going to have the tzitzit, the talit, we want that it's always on the same side. That's why they have the crown on the top. So you always know what's on the top. Okay? That means this is always going to be on the top. Okay? The Arizal HaKadosh, right, was not careful to wear the same side of the talit on his head every day. Indeed, according to the Lacha, there's no difference which one wears, and there's technically no need for it to be sewn whatsoever. So technically speaking, the Arizal HaKadosh, even if it was the other way around, no problem. Again, there's two different opinions. Again, there's a custom, and then he says, right, but technically there's a result. So let's see. The Shlah, Shnei Luchot HaBrit mentions that the custom, number 41 on the bottom, that the custom is compared to the boards of the tabernacle. So to menet kemo karshei Mishkan. The Talmud Yerushalmi, right, brought down by the Ran, teaches that each of the boards was marked, so that each one was assembled each time in the same exact direction, same place. Magen Avraham and other Rachanim also cited this custom. The Arizal HaKadosh don't observe this. Right, the author of the Leket Yosher, he writes that when my brother arrived from the holy city of Yerushalayim, he brought a talit, and it had no atara or any silk trim. Ben Ishchai instructed us likewise not to pay attention on which side the talit was on the heads each time. So I mean, second is according to Ben Ishchai, today you're going to put this, tomorrow another thing, no problem. The Rishon LeZion, he explained that the Arizal felt that one cannot compare the talit to the Karshei Mishkan. The Mishkan was something which is holy. Each side was, different sanctity, and therefore it was important not to mix them up, right? So he said, but one is going to be a higher level of Kiddusha. Lorlo, the talit, there's no Kiddusha. So therefore, what's the difference if it's going to be this side on the top, this side on the top? It's all the same thing. You're right. The responsa, right? Yeah. Talit is different than tefillin. Right? The response is Sridei defended the teaching of Shnei Luchot HaBrit. He agreed that a talit possesses no sanctity, but he argued that even so, it's still better. It's not the same spiritual level, and therefore you should always wear it on the top. The Shulchan Aruch suggested a different basis for the Shlah's custom. When someone stands and prays in the synagogue, the tzitzit tassels in front of him are closer to the ark than the tassels behind him, right, and the tzitzit behind them. Therefore, he says, right, he wears in front to acquire a higher level of Kiddusha. He brings down a Midrash also, the 240 mitzvot and the 365 mitzvot taseh. The Ramban taught that the mitzvot are based upon a person's love to Hashem, whereas the mitzvot lo taseh are based upon the fear. So you've got ahava and yirah. So the ahava is the mitzvot taseh. The yirah is mitzvot lo taseh. Someone who loves God is superior to a person who only fears Him. So the minute ahavat Hashem is yoter chashuv mi, right, mirat Hashem. And therefore the front tzitziot are always going to be superior. The Shulchan Aruch also added that according to the principle taught by the Shlach Kadosh, when someone ties a tzitziot into a talit, he should make sure that he ties onto the front ones before tying the back ones. And Rosh Hashanah Orbach also, right, recommend that people do the exact same thing on the talit's right side and then take it off on the other talit, be attached to the right side of the second talit as well, meaning that the right is going to take precedence over the left, plus the front is always going to take precedence. No, you didn't know. Take precedence over, right, the back. Okay? 1 second. Huh? Fine. If the atara is torn, so the Yarabba comes and he says, if someone has an atara on his talit, right, but it was torn, he may turn over the talit and use the other side without a problem. This is correct even according to the Shla HaKadosh, right? Last halacha, right, number 41, right? Blessing embroidered on the talit. You know, sometimes you have the bracha on the top part. But he says, nowadays the minhag is to put the guy's name, right? Now it's not even on the tara, now it's even in the back, so way you can see it from far, right? The guy's name. So he says like this. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. No, I'm telling you what the minhag is today. But once upon a time, it was always the bracha of the talit on top. Meaning on the back, it was always the bracha of the talit. One second. It is forbidden to embroider any pasuk on a talit or onto the tara attached to it. Likewise, it is forbidden to embroider onto it the words of the bracha itself. This is because the talit is an item used for a mitzvah, but it's not kedusha. So someone might take his talit into the washroom, into the restroom, the bathroom, this, which is technically permissible, and it's forbidden to bring holy words. So therefore, do not put the name of Hashem on the talit. So therefore, don't put the actual name of Hashem. Yeah, and that's why it's a problem. Several poskim ruled. Right? One second. The name. That's what he said is no problem. Several poskim, 110, page 110. Several poskim ruled that if someone already had a talit with such a body, he may leave it as is, right? But he must take care never to put it, right? Whether it's going to be to sit in a holy words, right, of the verse or the blessing. I mean, he has to be careful. Don't sit on it. Im yesh lazeh pasuk, right? And now he's going to sit down, and he sat on it because let's say he put it the wrong way around. Now it's a bayah. So he says it's a problem. He must be aware of the sanctity of the embroidered words. When the talit has become worn out, you can't just throw it in the garbage. You have to put it in genizah. You understand? If he bothers to remove the embroidered section so he can deposit only that piece of it, he will receive tavo lav bracha. Right? If he's going to mamash lo tzi et zeh. Ma? Even if it's pasul, because po yesh לך את הפסוק, והפסוק יש לך בעיה, בגלל יש לך שם השם. You understand? So that's what's going to be the problem.
Pasuk.